Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your girl B from Be About Town, your affordable fashion plug. And today we are back to talk about how to attend New York Fashion Week as a mini, micro fashion blog. Okay, some of you who follow me on IG know that I attended 3 events for New York Fashion Week. However, the way I went about it was kind of what I advise against. I waited until the last minute. So that's the first thing you don't want to do. You actually want to, at least 2 to 3 months before Fashion Week happens, make plans to attend. So we're going to get down to how you should do that. So I did say that you don't want to wait until the last minute. Absolutely not. Now, we'll get into how I ended up going to those 3 events that I went to, but I want to talk about what you should plan to do if you are interested in attending New York Fashion Week or any fashion week for that matter, right? Now, obviously, budget is going to play a large hand in it, but I live in New Jersey and work in New York City. So for me, it wasn't really a big issue. I don't right now today see myself going to Copenhagen, London, Paris. I don't see myself going abroad to attend Fashion Week in the current future. So I'm not going to speak to that. I'm going to speak to attending Fashion Week where you are, whether you live abroad, whether you live here in the States, but locally attending Fashion Week and how you need to approach it so that you can make it to shows and events despite your reach, despite your level of followers. So we're focused on pre-planning, right? Because we intend to immerse ourselves in the goings on of Fashion Week. I'm going to stress at least, if you don't want to do full 2 months on ahead of time, at least 3 to 4 weeks before Fashion Week kicks off, start reaching out to PR companies, start reaching out to collaborate with fashion designers, especially local fashion designers, up-and-coming fashion designers, small independent fashion magazines, because trust me, that was how I was able to attend some events. And actually, these people are up and coming too, so they understand the hustle of trying to immerse themselves and get their name out there and be seen. And a lot of times they are hungry for people to fill the seats at their events, at their shows, and also for people to cover their work. So I think that would be extremely beneficial, especially for us smaller content creators that are not sure where we fit in exactly, but we do want to kind of put our toes in the water, get our feet wet, so to speak. That would be a great way to do it. So don't rule out small local businesses, small local independent designers, because a lot of the times that's going to be your shoe into these events. So you have information or contacts for PR companies, organizers, and the like. What the hell do you do? I'm going to suggest that you introduce yourself. If you can, include a media kit, but a lot of us, we don't have that readily available. So at the minimum, you want to create a short, classic, short and sweet introduction of yourself, the type of content you create, and obviously your social media handling, so that they can check you out and see what you're all about. I'm going to add that a lot of the times when you reach out, you may not get a response, but you might get a response asking if you'd like to be put on the waiting list. That did happen to me. There was an Alice and Olivia Galentine's event, because if you recall, Fashion Week took place during the week of Valentine's. And I said yes, but I didn't show up. Now, you might be saying, okay, what's the big deal? They said waiting list, didn't say yes. But I think a lot of times we look at the waiting list as, it's not worth it, but I really wish I had showed up, because I feel like 9 times out of 10, I would have been able to get into the event despite them saying, let me add you to the waiting list. There's going to be people that don't go to every show. So I'm sure I would have gotten in, but I just felt like, I don't know if it's going to be worth me trying to go, but I wish I had gone. So I want to stress, don't see it as a lose if you're asked when they respond to you, if they ask if you like to be added to the waiting list, because a lot of times you'll be able to get in. And I went to was in conversation with Jerome Lamar. He is a futurist designer, and he's designed for the likes of Beyonce. And he's had a number of collaborations, one with Macy's. It was just like a fantastic time. I actually went directly there from the Julian and Alu collaboration panel discussion. And I was going to go home, but something told me, just go. And I'm glad I did. It was at the Virgin Hotel and in their Everdeen suite. And it was just like very swanky and very just like, it felt very industry-esque, if that makes sense. That Sunday, I was able to attend a Yema fashion show. Yema is a fashion startup out of California. They have a new flagship store in Soho. And so it was really nice. I went with my husband, who is my staff photographer. He takes most of my pictures when I'm not forced to take them on my own. But anyway, it was really nice to attend that fashion show. It was really nice seeing a startup brand that focuses on street style have a fashion show. Last event I was able to attend was an art and fashion exhibition for Camilla Skikos, and I absolutely loved it. It was very small but high impact. I was able to network. I met a photographer there. So just know, none of these events are for naught. It's not like it's going to be like a zero. And I would always suggest that you look at some of these smaller events as an opportunity to network, because you don't know who you're going to come across, especially in terms of other content creators. So remember, reach out to other content creators. If you are fearful that, people won't want to share information, think about people that are in the same realm as you in terms of the number of followers, reach, who shares, similar audience. Reach out to those people. See if they're going to be involved in Fashion Week so that you can link up with them, not just to go to events, but maybe create content surrounding Fashion Week. Also, think about the local up-and-coming fashion designers and upstart magazines and independent fashion magazines, because like I said before, they really have their finger on the pulse of street style and what's going on, and that will help you a lot when it comes to networking, in addition to reaching out to other collaborators. Remember, 2 months, at the very least, 2 to 3 weeks before, and I would say at least 3 to 4, right? 3 to 4 weeks before Fashion Week, reach out to different PR companies. Don't take a silence or a no to heart, right? Don't take anything personal. You are still small and making your way up. So this is just practice, right? So even if you don't get the response you want to get, it's still practice. It's still like, getting your name out there, at least introducing yourself to these people. You never know, at the very least, they might look you up on IG to see who you are. And a lot of times, a lot of people that have like direct access or already get invitations to these shows, they can't make every event. So even if they add you to the wait list, take advantage of that. I'm going to sign off. I hope this was helpful to somebody, because what I've learned is that since I started this like content creator journey, especially as of recently, I've been coming across so many small content creators that have awesome content here, especially on YouTube, on IG, that I had no idea existed, because most of the people that I see have like 10,000 or more followers. So it can be quite intimidating in terms of how do you fit in, because you feel like it's, there's so many people. It's so saturated. I can't, there's no place for me, and that's entirely untrue. So keep that in mind as you approach your, wanting to participate in Fashion Week. I hope this was helpful to at least two people. At least a win is a win is a win. So if this helps just one person, I'm glad I did this video, because initially I was thinking, I don't know, people may not care, but I did want to share my experience, because check out my following. I don't have that many people. Check out my subscriber count. I don't have that many people, but that didn't matter. And I still was able to attend these functions, and I still was able to network. So keep that in mind. Don't sell yourself short, and absolutely show up to these places like you belong there, dressed in the fashions that deserve to be seen. And with that, I'm going to sign off. Please remember to like, share, and consider subscribing, especially if you've been here before. And as always, take great care. Bye.